What inspired me to customize the W175 into a Café Racer and a Scrambler is actually a blend of both my creative instincts and the legacy that the W series of Kawasaki has set. I took reference from a lot of Kawasaki classic bike like the Meguro K2, the W1, the W650 as well. These bikes set a kind of benchmark for me, a design inspiration for me while designing the Scrambler and Café Racer both. My vision to make or build something very eye-catchy yet simpler in terms of design without a lot of changes done in the bike was sort of directed, inspired and fueled by the past designers who have contributed their art to the W legacy of Kawasaki. Both the Café Racer and Scrambler designs are very distinct, although we have kept the body as it is in both the bikes. So to precisely talk about the specifications and what changes we have done in the motorcycle, to start with the Scrambler, we changed the 17-inch rims into the 19-inch rims, which gave a good ground clearance to the motorcycle. Scrambler style handlebar was installed to enhance the riding experience of the motorcycle. Adding to the electronics of the bike, we also installed a DRL headlight in the front, a digital speedometer, tail light has infused indicators in it. A brown leather Scrambler style seat was handcrafted, which added to the proper Scrambler stance of the motorcycle. The flow was really well balanced by that. A custom belly guard has also been installed in the bike, and of course we have a hearts poured into the project. Whereas in the Café Racer we have installed 18-inch rims and 100 and 120mm tires, which adds to the aggressive and bulky look of the Café Racer. It has a clip-on handlebar which was specifically custom made for the bike on the existing fork set, and the seat is the prime element of the motorcycle because the cowl style curve on the seat adds to the Café Racer element of the bike. It is a very simple design which was made with certain and simple enhancements, and that's why both the motorcycles have come out really well, keeping the stock frame and stock body of the motorcycle. There are a couple of challenges that we faced in both the motorcycles. Although we didn't have a lot of chop job in any of the motorcycle actually, but the prime challenge that we faced was with the speedometer, as we were trying to install an aftermarket digital speedo on the motorcycle, and which was not really compatible with the bike but was going with the aesthetics of the motorcycle. Installing a drive operated speedometer on a sensor based wiring, so that was quite a challenge for us. Another big challenge that we faced was on the Café Racer while we were making the clip-on handlebar for it. As we had kept the body and the frame and the front fork stock, installing a clip-on Café Racer style handlebar was quite a difficult job, as it was touching the stock tank of the motorcycle and we didn't want to mess up the design of the original tank. So we had to keep it quite low, and based on that we also had to shift the foot controls a bit behind to get the exact Café Racer stance and also maintain the rider's triangle of the motorcycle. So that was quite a difficult challenge. We made almost 3 to 4 handlebars and one was finalized out of it. The main demand of the customer was to give them such a design which makes their motorcycle stand out from the other bikes on the street. But they also wanted it under their specific budget, and it should also be less time taking. So we came up with the designs which can be easily done and in less time and are almost close to a bolt-on and can be converted back into the stock condition. So clients were really impressed by that, considering that a customization can be done in such less budget, in such less time. Kawasaki W175 turned out to be literally an open canvas for us to work on. Paint job was going to be the final deciding factor for the character of the motorcycle. We sketched a number of color combinations and patterns based on the colors that we were provided by the customer. The Scrambler specifically needed a cool yet an aggressive color scheme. So, and there had to be a shade which was very bright and popping out so that it could define the body line of a Scrambler that we had designed. So we used the silver and we used golden and blue pinstripes all over the body to keep a continuation in the whole design. We also refer to a lot of classic bikes from the W series like the Meguro K2, the W400 and the W175 as well. So this helped us get an idea of how to reflect the shades all over the body. So if you look at the Kawasaki W175, they have used the same shade for the side panel, tank and the cowl, which makes the motorcycle look slightly elongated. So this ideation was inspired from the W1, which we use on the Scrambler. As you can see, the front and rear fender, the tank and the panels have the same shade to make the motorcycle look a bit longer, golden accents, to make it stand out on the street than the other motorcycles. On the other hand, with the Café Racer, we wanted a very head-on aggressive look for the bike. So we decided to use the red. The iconic metallic medieval red was used against a gloss black with certain patterns on the tank. So the tank stands out from the Scrambler. Even though the tank is the same as the stock W175, we wanted to make it look slightly different using geometric patterns on the fuel tank. So that was one element that added the aggressiveness to the motorcycle, and rest of the parts were painted in matte black again, and certain red accents to keep the theme running. You can see the red accents on the rear suspension springs, on the headlight ring, which makes the motorcycle really stand out and give and complement the Café Racer theme to the motorcycle. Both the motorcycles have W logo painted, hand painted on the fuel tank, and this was our tribute to the whole legendary W series of Kawasaki.